so many fans around the world, but at the same time, they also have a lot of haters around the world. So, why do people really hate Real Madrid? We'll be looking at 10 reasons why that might be in this video. Number 1. General Francisco Franco. General Francisco Franco was a dictator that ruled Spain between 1938 and 1973, and he was one singular figure that brought Real Madrid a lot of hate back then. Naturally, the general operated from Madrid, and he was known to be particularly wicked to the Catalan and Basque regions. These, as you would expect, seeped into football. For example, it was rumoured that before the Clásico game, which Barcelona lost to Madrid by 11 goals to 1 in 1943, Francoists and the Madrid police had threatened the staff and players of Barcelona. Also, Barcelona were forced to take out the Catalan flag from their badge. All these and more were some of the reasons people in Spain began to hate Real Madrid, because it felt like it was just the club of the oppressors. Number 2. Florentino Perez. Here we have yet another leader who has made many people hate the club. Florentino Perez is the president of Real Madrid and has been since 2009. He also presided over the club between 2000 and 2006. In these two spells at the helm of affairs at Madrid, surely you have known about Perez and his politicking. The man is arrogant and he doesn't care whose toes he steps on as long as he gets what he wants. And he hasn't changed one bit over the decades. From the dirty deal he pulled to steal Figo from Barcelona at the start of his first tenure, to championing the idea of the Super League just last year. Surely you can understand why people don't like him and the club he rules by extension. And if Madrid fans will be honest, sometimes they too get tired and irritated by their own president. Number 3. The fans. The supporters of Real Madrid can be very annoying. And the funny thing is, we're not even talking about how arrogant or hostile they are towards rival fans. We're talking about how inconsiderate and mean they are to their own players. These people could win everything this moment, but the minute the players have a bad day, they're already calling for their heads. They say it is demanding the best, but in truth, it's just them being shitty. Players are human too, and it's okay for them to have bad days. Would you imagine that these fans booed Cristiano Ronaldo in the Santiago Bernabeu? After all that man did for the club, he had a bad day, and instead of them showing him support, they just booed him. And the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner is not the only victim. Madrid supporters have booed Bale, Zidane, Benzema, Casillas, Raul, Marcelo. They even booed Ronaldo de Lima just because he added on some weight. Number 4. They play dirty. Real Madrid players have a history of playing dirty regardless of the manager in charge. It's either the players are being too aggressive or they're trying to wind up the referee, opposing players, or sometimes even the opposing supporters. So many Madrid players have been found guilty of unsporting behaviour in the past that it begs the question, does the club specifically look out for players like that? Or is it the club that makes them like that? In more recent years, we've seen players like Sergio Ramos and Pepe who have been excessively aggressive on a number of occasions. They made horrible tackles, started fights, especially in El Clásico games, jeered opposing fans and even mocked the referees. By the way, this didn't just start with Ramos. If we throw it all the way back, you'll see that before Ramos there were the likes of Guti, Hierro and Pablo Garcia, players who were known for being aggressive and hardly playing fair. Number 5. The press. The press are supposed to report happenings while staying neutral, but they don't roll like that in Spain. They try their hardest, but they just can't hide their bias. They love Madrid. It's clear for the world to see. A little thing fails to go Real Madrid's way and the press will blow it out of proportion. A number of match officials have been put under a lot of pressure by the press simply because they made a decision that didn't favour Real Madrid. Surely Madrid fans themselves love and enjoy these things. I mean, they benefit heavily from them. But genuine lovers of football are usually disgusted by stuff like this, and this has made them despise the club. Number 6. Disrespect to their legends. Real Madrid have no respect for their legends, and it's actually pretty disgusting how they keep treating them. We all saw what they did to Casillas, Sergio Ramos, Cristiano Ronaldo, and even Zinedine Zidane. These are people who gave so much to the club and brought them a lot of success, yet the club turned around and treated them like garbage. Some of these legends just asked to be valued, and instead of giving them that, Perez and his board axed them out like they were just some petulant kids. When Zidane left Real Madrid at the end of the 2020-2021 season, he chose to finally be vocal about the treatment he got from Real Madrid. "I'm leaving because I feel the club no longer has the faith in me I need, nor the support to build something in the medium or long term." This was the man that won 3 back-to-back Champions League trophies for the team, saying that the club had lost faith in him just because of one bad season. Come on. But Zidane didn't wait for the club to treat him like they did Casillas. He decided to leave, and he left them with some very wise words. Human relationships are essential. They're more important than money, more important than fame, more important than everything. Number 7. Biased officiating. Of course, Real Madrid are not the only club who've had a wrong referee decision go their way, but it seems just to happen quite too often for them, and on the biggest stages too. To date, pundit and football fans still question their Champions League three-peat based on the horrendous referee decisions each time. In the second leg of the 2018 semi-final, the referee failed to award what was an obvious penalty to Bayern after Marcelo handled the ball in the 18-yard box. Of course, you know the story. Madrid went on to win that tie and win the tournament. But after the game, even Marcelo himself admitted that he handled the ball. If I came here to tell you that the ball didn't touch my hand, I'd be lying to you. Those were the Brazilians' words. But perhaps what Madrid have benefited from the most is wrong offside calls. In the quarter-final in 2017, Ronaldo scored 2 goals from offside positions, and they both stood. In the 2016 final, Sergio Ramos' goal was obviously from an offside position, but it stood. Now honestly, considering all these, is it so crazy that so many football fans just do not love Real Madrid? Number 8, they ruin players. Because they have a lot of money, Real Madrid sign a lot of world-class players they don't actually need, only to end up ruining or very nearly ruining their careers. And there are so many examples. Kaká, Beckham, Robben, Schneider, Owen, Cannavaro, Huntelaar, Nuri Sahin, and Nelka. Number 9, Cristiano Ronaldo. As a football supporter in the 21st century, you either belong in the Cristiano Ronaldo camp or the Lionel Messi camp. Whether you're 100% on one side or you're just leaning slightly, more often than not, people have a preference. And that preference usually translates to loyalty for the players' clubs. For example, it's not uncommon to see a fan who supports Manchester United, Real Madrid and Juventus, just as most Barcelona fans are now extending their love to PSG because of Messi. So, when Cristiano Ronaldo moved to Real Madrid in 2009, he not only brought with him goals and achievements, he also brought his haters from Manchester United. And because of how long he stayed at Madrid and how much he achieved with them, those fans grew to hate the club and still do, even now that he's no longer there. Number 10, success. You already know that success brings hate. The more successful you are, the more hated you'll be. And Real Madrid are a typical example of that. Going by their achievements, they are by far the most successful team in Europe and one of the most successful teams in the world. That alone has made so many fans of other football clubs hate them. And we may not have the statistics to back that up, but we can bet that the haters spiked significantly in both the Galactico era and during the three-peat run between 2016 and 2018. What are the reasons